All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Fox Farm Brewery, and they're out of Salem, Connecticut, and this is their Witch Meadow Black, batch number 5, and this is the 2022 release. So they're calling this one an Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels with hazelnuts and toasted coconut. It comes in at 16% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, this bottle is just under 15 months old. I'm gonna give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Rick, for this beer. So absolutely huge thanks to him for this one. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Rick hooked me up with back in early 2023. I still have a couple bottles left in the fridge. This was one of them. And I was speaking with Rick late last year in December, and I was like, I want to review, there was at that time 4 different bottles that he had sent me that are all crazy barrel-aged beers. And I was like, which of the 4, list them in order of, ranking them in order of what you want me to review them in. And this was number 2, and I reviewed the number 1, their Copestone, which is a big barrel-aged English barley wine. I reviewed that one at the end of 2023, so I'm reviewing this one at the beginning of 2024. So this is a really cool beer. Basically, they make a base version of this called Witch Meadow, and it's a blended barrel-aged Imperial Stout. They use both, I think it's Buffalo Trace and Willet bourbon barrels. They do a blend, and the average age that this beer spends in the barrels is 20 months. So you're talking about over a year and a half. They take some of that beer and they age it on some, I think different years they use different adjuncts. But this year in 2022, they used, I think they said on Instagram, crushed hazelnuts, toasted coconut, and cocoa dusted toasted coconut. So this is a wild beer. It's 16%. This fucking wax sucks. A shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Steven. He said, I hate the wax that Fox Farm uses because it's sticky. He ain't lying. It's real sticky, and I don't like it. But I think I got it where I could pry this off. Did I do it? I did it. I'm so happy. Oh my God. Yeah, it's such a sticky wax. I've never honestly dealt with a wax like this before. It's fucking wild. But anyway, 16%. Whew. We'll see how this one has held up. It's just under 15 months old. Oh my Christ. All right, so look at that. That looks like syrup pouring out. All right, we're probably gonna drink. I don't know if how much we're drinking. We're drinking that much at the very least, tell you that much. We're putting this over here, okay? Just put this over here. Don't worry about it. Okay. That is one of the darkest beers I've ever seen, especially the head. I can't even generate a head, probably. Let's see. The carbonation looks non-existent. Yeah, it doesn't look like, it's very mild carbonation. So that's like pitch black. The head looked like it would be like a ridiculous, like dark brown into like a redhead. It's fucking, I said redhead. Yeah, like a redhead. There are sheets that are like, it's insane. They're just leaving stains on the side of the glass. Hold it up to the light. You can't see through. That looks like a fucking wild, huge 16% Imperial Stout. It's staining the glass as I just swirl it up. Let's get a nose. Oh my God. So, to no one's surprise, tons of barrel. It is so barrel heavy, it's kind of crazy. And it's sweet, like peppery bourbon. Tons of vanillins. The vanilla is really screaming off the top. Mounds, not mounds like the chocolate bar, the candy bar. There's mounds of like fudge to this, like a very rich fudgy chocolate. Yeah, brownie batter, fudge. Now, just under 15 months old. The one worry about this one, aging, and this goes for any beer that has adjuncts in it. Will those adjuncts hold up? In the nose, I'm not saying I get hazelnut, but I do get a nice toasted coconut. And I go right back and there's hazelnut. And it's more like a generic nuttiness than a hazelnut, but I know it's a nut of some sort, so. I can't get over how rich and it's like a decadent chocolate. Like again, fudgy, huge fudge notes. There's brownie batter, really dark chocolate for the most part. Touch of like a coffee. There's a little bit of like the base beer, like you get a nice roasty, toasty kind of vibe. Coffee for sure. Dark fruits like a black cherry, plum, fig, raisin. I could just say brown sugar, definitely brown sugar on the nose. And I'm drinking this one right out of my dark beer fridge that I keep around 54. So this is like 55, 56, 57, somewhere in that range. I think perfect drinking temperature. It's very complex. It's not exactly cohesive in the nose. It's kind of disjointed to some degree. I go back and get something different each time. But it smells fucking immaculate. Now, there isn't a huge booziness outside of knowing that this is definitely barrel aged. Like, there's no ethanol. There's nothing like going, oh my God, this is going to be, as the kids would say, hot. This is not hot. This is, it's boozy to some degree, but kind of restrained, especially talking 16%. I want to get into it. So cheers, everybody. Huge thanks to Rick. Let's see what this one has to offer. Might be the longest consecutive seconds that I've went without speaking on this channel. I have no idea how this would have drank fresh. But oh my God. I'm getting goosebumps because I don't know, it's not, my camera sucks, but I'm getting goosebumps. Yes, if you come to my channel and you're watching a beer review and I'm getting goosebumps because how good this beer is, yes, I'm a fucking idiot. Yes, you probably should unsub if you're subbed. Maybe you should sub. If you are unsubbed, I have no idea. Rein it in. Just 2 sips, Joe. Rein it the fuck in. Oh my God. You know, Fox Farm was on my top. This is gonna, a lot of time right now. This is gonna be like 20-minute review. If you want to just skip to me, talking about tasting notes and ratings and this and that, do it. I'm okay with it. If you click off of the video, I'm cool with that too. Here's the thing. They were on my list for top breweries of 2023. And this right here is a perfect example why. They do fucking fantastic 2-style German beers, old world beers, IPAs, double IPAs, all kinds of crazy shit, wild ales, mixed fermentation, and then they bust something like this out. Fox Farm makes fantastic beer, in my opinion, based on what I've had. I've had quite a bit at this point, courtesy of kind individuals like the aforementioned Rick and Steven. This beer, to me, with just under 15 months of age on it, and it's an adjunct barrel-aged Imperial Stout, speaks volumes to how good this brewery is. To save you time, if you don't want to watch the rest of this is without question and the first 5 out of 5 on my channel for 2024. This is everything I fucking want out of something with the ingredients that they're talking about and the beer that it is. We'll do a real review here, breaking it down, but I'm just saying this to me is fucking just out of this world. It really is. Let me take another sip. Buying this one, it is full-bodied beyond belief. Paul over at PaTroll News, he probably say it's a bit thin. It is what it is. For me, this is thick. This has a rich, deep, thick, syrupy, almost chewy body. The mouthfeel, on the other hand, it's oily, it's slick, but it also has a nice, soft, kind of smooth creaminess to it. Very mildly carbonated. Now, this is not flat, but it's also not all that carbonated. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't care at all. I'm going to get in trouble with this beer. The taste. Where do we begin? Right up front. You get, I mean, at least I do. I like to say in reviews, I know a lot of other beer tubers will be like, you get. Well, do you get or do I get? A lot of roasted, toasted kind of malt qualities. There's a dark chocolate. There's coffee. It's like a espresso. There's a lot of like brown sugar and I was gonna say confectionery. That's wrong. I was gonna say more of like a burnt sugar. There's caramel and toffee, but more to like I would say molasses, maybe more molasses, brown sugar kind of vibes. And that's all the base beer. But right after that, that chocolate turns into fudge. It's fudgy, it's brownie batter, it's heavy on the perceived chocolate notes in this one are so different and very complex that it's kind of hard to specify exactly. You could say, again, sweeter milk chocolate, or a sweeter dark chocolate, brownie batter, fudge. It's all in here. As it continues on through the palate, the adjuncts kind of hit me halfway through, and I get a little bit of that toasted hazelnut, right? But I would say generic, if I was doing this blind, I'd be honest with you, I wouldn't say hazelnuts. I'd probably say, oh, I get a nuttiness, like a generic nuttiness. I wouldn't say hazelnuts. But I do get a nice toasted coconut kind of halfway through the palate. And then the barrel hits about 2/3 of the way through the palate. And again, it's vanilla. It's a lot of vanilla. There's oak. There's peppery, sweet bourbon. It kind of emphasizes that like caramel and toffee note. 16%. On the palate, fuck no. If I was doing this blind, I'd say like 12, maybe 13 max. Like it hides the alcohol on the palate. There's a huge fucking warm. I dare I say my chest is on fire. Okay, it is. But the palate, nah, there's no way it's 16%. There's no astringency. It's not like you're drinking and going, ooh, you're breathing fire out of your nose afterwards and your mouth. No, it's not happening like that. But I like that lingering like barrel. So on the finish, it's more like a lingering vanilla, peppery bourbon. But that chocolate kind of resonates with me in that toasted coconut. So I'm kind of left with like an artisan chocolate covered toasted coconut / generic nuttiness. So you could say almonds, you could say cashews, something like that. But like if you ever had like a chocolate covered like toasted coconut nutty kind of confectionery chocolate dessert or whatever you want to call it, that's kind of what I'm left on the back. But if it was like bourbon drizzle, it's fucking, this is an outstanding, amazing, just delicious, top-notch, world-class, barrel-aged blended Imperial Stout with hazelnuts and coconut, even if I can't taste the hazelnuts specifically. Is it sweet? You bet your bottom dollar it is. It finishes, though, with a nice semi to full-on dry finish. Not really much bitterness, maybe like a slight oak tannin dryness into like a slight bitterness. On that last sip, I got like black cherry. Like a deep, dark black cherry, almost cherry cordial. Oh, man, this is fucking... Yes. Give me all of this. And I think each year they change up, like I said, the adjuncts. So I don't know what they did for 2023, but fucking that would be great to try. Rick, thank you very much, Rick, for this. Like, Rick's beer mat was fucking insane. I think there was like 18 or 19 beers, and it was just like bottle after bottle from Fox Farm was like this. They did the aforementioned Copestone. I have another one from them. They're votive. He gave me one from New Park. They're Crane, I think it was called Crane. But like, I can't. Like, I can't. I don't know. Thank you very much. Thanks to anybody who ever has sent anything to me. Like, it's fucking absurd. But all right, one more sip, and then we're gonna lock in a rating that I already locked in. Yeah, not much more to say about this one. This is a 5 out of 5. Fox Farm, Witch Meadow Black, batch number 5, 2022 release. It's a 5 out of 5. It's the first 5 out of 5 in 2024. And it's probably not going to be the last based on the beers that I have, courtesy of people. I don't know, we'll see. That's why you drink the beers. But this is fucking absurdly good. And if you can, the 2023 is probably already sold out. But if you can get this in 2024 and they do a different variant, check it out. I would like to try the base beer at this point. Like, I'd like to see it without the adjuncts, but like, I don't know. This is just extremely well done. Price point availability. Rick, anybody that buys Fox Farm stuff, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he sells $20 a bottle. Now, this is a 500 milliliter bottle, so 16.9 fluid ounces, I think. I could be talking on my ass. Correct. More than $1 an ounce, that's usually my limit, but for something like this, the limit's broken. And then availability is Fox Farm. Pretty sure they're only brewery only, and that's end of story. But I think you can I know because I've done it. Like, you can order on their website and go pick stuff up at the brewery, but like distribution, I don't think is really, it's pretty much non-existent for this brewery. And yeah, so I'm curious to see how long this review is. I don't give a shit. Like, if you guys watch my videos, I'm anywhere from like 8 minutes to like 20 plus minutes long, depending on the beer. A beer like this that I give it a 5 out of 5, to be honest with you, if this isn't like an 18 to 20 minute review, then I've done a disservice to this beer, because I need to ramble on about this one. I need to shout people out. I need to sit here and not talk for 30 seconds as I just gush over this beer without even talking. That happened. If you've had this one before, please post in the comment section what batch you had, what year, what you thought about them. Have you had the base of this beer before? Would you try this one out? I'm sure most people would, especially if you like dark beers. Yeah, thank you, Rick. I can't wait to get in the last two that I have. And yeah, I'm going to shut this one down because there's not much more to say about it. So huge thanks to Rich. Rich. Rick, did I call you Rich? It's not a review for a beer that Rick sent me unless I call him Rich at least one point in the review, because you replace that K with an H and it's all downhill. Anyway, huge thanks to Rick. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I already talked about 60% drinking like 12, 13. I'm going to get fucked up drinking the rest of this beer. Yeah, it's happening. Till the next one. Cheers.